getting the tour of the immersed house, baby.
People think this is just a regular wall. Yeah. Right. But this is like the door to my room.
Get ready with
me in here. This is our closet. It kind of looks like a department store.
We've got some absolute heat, buddy.
I'm trying to keep it like
white
Jordans from 1 to 11. The Nikes and Adidas. Yeah.
New Balance. Those New Balances are crazy, bro. This is sick, bro.
Camera wall.
It's so like swampy. I love it.
I know.
Like I'm about to get eaten by fishes.
That is fire.
This is like
That's so Andrew Livingston.
I haven't seen this guy smile like this ever.
This wall's so Andrew.
That light. Get out, it's mine.
We're figuring out the water situation over here. You guys figure those caps out? Yeah, that's the Youth Nation podcast water. It's crazy.
Cool. Zero calories.
Zero calories.
You've got plenty of water already.
Find this
Triple
on
filtered. Yeah.
for only $45.
Right. It's crazy. And this one we're gonna auction off.
Water's kind of a vibe.
He drank out of that one, so that's gonna jack the price up
really
pretty
want this
high.
one,
But anyway, speaking of water, before we even start this thing off, brother, what happened to your sweatshirt, my guy?
Oh my gosh, we're starting with this?
Yeah, bro. I mean, we have to know, you know?
Yeah, so this will gradually go away, but I was doing a bottle flip as I was putting the other brand bottle away.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
yeah, we don't speak of
that.
that.
long story short, the cap was not closed.
Oh.
Right. You know what? You know what?
That's
That
awesome.
never happens with Youth Nation podcast water.
That was a
don't have to
great
worry.
plug. Wow.
Let's
wow.
go, baby. W's,
Let's go.
W's. That's so good.
Very
Well,
nice.
Welcome to the Youth Nation podcast. You guys want to introduce yourselves really quick? Starting with my man over here.
So I'm Allie Schnacky.
You wish.
Oh wow! Oh
okay,
wow!
this is gonna turn into
Starting
something
out the gate.
crazy.
Wow, dang. Well, I'm Malik. Now I don't want to be Colby. Malik
Ever.
Brookins. I know.
Yeah,
what
don't even try.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. Tried to do
crazy.
him a favor.
I'm Allie Schnacky.
I'm Allie Schnacky.
Oh, I'm Austin Armstrong.
Oh, who are you?
I'm not introducing myself.
I know, dude. Thank you guys so much for taking the time, bro. We really appreciate you guys letting us into the crib. This place is incredible. It's so cool what you guys are building here. Before we get into anything, bro, we obviously do research on our guests, right? So we you know, like to know what you guys are into, whatever, what's kind of your thing.
Let's cut the fluff. Give us a live demonstration of the hat trick.
Wow.
That's what we want.
I agree.
We want a live demonstration.
Are we serious? We're going right here?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
going
Yeah.
right
Right
here,
to
right
the-
People need
now.
to see
This is
it.
what the people need to know.
I
see
feel
it.
cornered. Okay.
I feel cornered.
All right,
bro.
here we go.
Imagine
I
he's
want
like,
both of you guys. You guys both do it though, right?
This is actually.
He's the originator.
He's the
though.
originator?
He's the
Okay.
originator.
All right, I'm
All
going to
right.
see if I can do it first
All right.
try. Here we go.
Yeah, first.
Imagine he's
I'll
like,
sing
bro,
for
we
you.
do it in
Okay,
pose.
you ready?
Yeah.
This is the audio every time. Ready?
Okay.
I am right now. Ready? Here we go.
Ready?
There's an extra like sound that you get in person
bought
that's
that.
not translated.
I forgot how it went, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what you
botched
were saying. It was okay.
I got the first part done, then I forgot the rest.
No,
You got the
that was
track
not okay.
scratch.
what's the trick for all the boys and girls at home that want to try it?
Right.
Oh my gosh, consistency. I've been putting my hat on this way since I was like 13 because I
Okay.
had way too much hair.
Yeah.
Dang.
And it like won't go on normal.
Right.
So I have
Right.
to put it on backwards and spin it.
Okay.
So my hair tucks up underneath.
Crazy, bro. We were ripping the jet skis yesterday, dude. And
Dude, it was flying in your face, wasn't it?
Dude, it was hitting me every 2
Yeah, I
seconds.
know. I
I gotta
apologize
know.
for that.
I gotta know. I've never seen pants like that before.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. I came out here to Central Florida and like y'all have gators and stuff. So
Dude,
like,
there's a
Yeah.
hole in your pants.
I know, bro. The gators got me on the way here. It
Oh
was
my
crazy.
gosh. Y'all
Anyway.
should have told him about those.
Those
No, yeah, I
honestly,
didn't
those
know.
honestly are pants until you sit down.
Right.
They're
And then they're
officially
shorts.
shorts now.
I know, dude.
They're both.
Honestly,
Perfect for Florida.
perfect for Florida. You
Photo
get the
weather.
pant look, but you get the airflow of the.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I've
So
never
dumb.
seen somebody's
light.
boots through their
Amazing.
pants.
Through their pants, dude. Look at that, bro.
How
How crazy is that?
Legendary though.
Wow, that is nice.
No, that. Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
I don't know, man.
I actually shoved my foot like through the hole in my jeans one time and did that look too.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
on
made
accident,
these
though.
things, bro. I saw some Balenciagas that were like this, and I was like, I gotta make these.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're awesome.
Yeah.
What do you mean, bro? Those are the Balenciagas.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry. These are the
Balencis.
Balenciagas,
Yeah.
dude. What's even our first question for them, bro? We're so off
Well,
script.
the
right
first
now, I don't
question
even-
is, how
Do
did
the
y'all
hat
meet?
flip.
Yeah, that's perfect. How did y'all meet?
Distract them.
Yeah. So we just heard kind of from you and your bro, like y'all were doing your thing, and Allie as well. And then how did you guys like get into the fold of all this stuff?
You want to start? Because you're kind of like before me. Then I could tell my story.
Oh shoot, really? Okay. Well,
Act surprised.
So how I met them was I grew up acting. Like my parents like acting like little commercials and stuff. That's
Fire.
all of us kind of did that. I met her and Noah probably when I was like 12, 13, something like that. And
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Yeah, it was, we didn't like each other very much back then. But
Dang.
but
We'll uncover that
no,
later.
it was true. We can cover that later. But yes, we met him way back then, and we were off and on friends. Like we would see him on set or in auditions or something like that. Fast forwarding all the way to like 18 years old,
Yeah.
I see Noah in an audition, and he's like, "Bro, I just started this youth group not too long ago called Jaywalkers. You should come." And I was like, "That sounds cool, right?" So I went the next week, and he's like, "Can you play any instruments?" I was like, "I play guitar." And then the week after that, I was on guitar, and I have not left since.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm 20, almost 25, and we've still been hanging together. So
Wow.
Dude, that's crazy.
that's the
What a
official
legendary
story of how
story.
we met. Yeah.
Okay, so then Malik pops in.
Yeah, so how I kind of started, I went to SCU, y'all know that.
Yes, sir.
And then, like every spring break, summer break, they do like mission trips. So this specific spring break, we're going on a mission trip to like Brazil, and they have like different teams. So you hit different parts of the country, right? So and Allie just happened to be on, she wasn't on my team, but she was on a different team. Somehow, some way, our teams wind up meeting in Brazil.
In an airport.
Yeah, at an airport. But then it was also the buses too,
Yeah.
which was weird. So then our teams met, then I met Allie, and then from that trip, we just became really close friends. And then after that, it was like, let's go to Fun Spot. And then from there, just that one interaction of us being friends, met the whole family. And long story short, we just hang out, become friends.
Yeah.
And then what's trippy is I'm like about to graduate, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm about to do after college. Like
Right.
I do worship, so I was like planning to go somewhere to like, you know, be an MD somewhere and just do that. But like I had this like feeling, like I'm pretty sure the Holy Spirit was like giving me like just like a peace and a comfort of like knowing like, okay, this potentially could be it. Cause I had so much anxiety during that time. Where I went over one day. It was so funny because their dad just invited me over. I'm like, bro, did I do something? Like, why am I just coming over?
Am I in trouble?
And I'm talking to the dad, yeah. And it was like, he sat me down and he's talking to me like I'm a part. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about right now? Like, I don't know what's happening. But he kind of like sat me down and told me like what this was about, what the family is. Cause I'm like, from that experience, we've all just grown so close and we just want to build the kingdom of God.
Yep.
And I think that's the main point. I was down since day one and I've been here. But that's like kind of how it started and it's still going.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's such a unique like way this whole thing came together. Like what a special like story and testimony that is. It's so dope.
It's cool hearing everyone's side too, because everyone kind of came together in a different way.
Right.
You know?
It's crazy,
Okay,
dude.
so speaking of how everything came together, I actually messed up. I was not supposed to ask this question on the last podcast, so this isn't a reused question. It's intentional.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay.
I was there.
So I want to hear from
Always got
you
both
three's
perspectives.
perspective. In this house, do you guys ever fight? And if so, give us a story. Not the story about the actual boxing match.
Right. We don't want to
We
hear
already
about
heard
the
that
boxing
one.
again.
But I gotta know what's a crazy fight two of y'all have had in the house.
Between who?
Any of y'all?
Oh, all of us?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't fight with them.
That seems like
The
Kevin.
homies.
That's not what he
This is
said.
going back to what we started to talk about earlier.
I don't surprisingly like
Okay.
I've never had roommates before, right?
Right.
Did that
Okay.
to me, guys.
I'm
Can
the
you believe
first
that?
one.
Honestly,
I've never had
I
roommates
feel
before.
that.
Yeah.
You're the drama.
Oh no.
I don't fight with you. I need another girl on this podcast.
I know.
I still need a girl.
Where's Carol when you need her?
No, but like I've never had roommates before, and like we've been roommates for like what 5-6 months now
Right.
almost.
Yeah.
And we really have been vibing pretty well.
That's fire.
But we do.
You're in the honeymoon phase.
I hope not.
No.
It's
Like,
like we
we're
all
like
are,
there.
honestly.
Yeah.
We're tight.
Okay.
But Allie and I do the most content together.
Oh yeah.
And it can get dicey sometimes with everything that
It's
goes
true.
on. So I
Dang.
probably have the most squabbles with her than anybody else.
So give us a story time. The people
Story
need to hear it.
time. There's too many to count.
Okay.
I would agree with that also.
Too many to count.
Okay.
We don't want to reopen any wounds.
Yeah, he's
Honestly-
doing a smart move.
No, like
he's
the
not
thing
gonna
with
go.
our group is like, I mean, I don't ever fight with Colby. I don't really fight with you.
No, we got all that out early on.
Right.
Yeah, when Colby first started living with us, we went
Oh,
ham.
she was the worst.
No, you were the worst. You had
She
attitude
was
problems.
not nice. She was like growing up and
Are you
figuring
guys
out
past
life.
it yet? I don't know.
No, let's not reopen
She was
that.
growing up.
But no, our group, we're pretty good about like if we have an issue with one person, we don't really bring anyone else into it except
Yeah.
for that person.
person.
You know what I mean? We
For
get over
sure.
it pretty quick.
I feel like if you're gonna do this thing like with people and you're gonna do life in this proximity with people, you have to be like good at like conflict, you know? Which I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
it's like, you know, conflict is not a bad thing. I think it grows you, right?
Our dad also doesn't give us a choice.
Oh, heck
bro.
no.
Oh, is he
Archer,
like
you have to
he like
talk.
kind of
Yeah.
a mediator?
Not even mediates, but he's just
Sometimes.
like, he just has a way of talking and making you feel like you're holding back your calling.
Right.
If,
Oh,
if
dang.
you
Wow.
don't
Yeah.
sort
That
this
is-
out.
Well, you literally are.
No, you
Right.
seriously
Yeah.
are.
Which is
You
true.
literally are. He just spits fire and you're like,
Crazy.
right.
So-
Like literally from the very beginning, I think it was because we had like massive team meetings in the very beginning, right? And it was always over reiterated that if there's anything going on, like any kind of tension, it will cause the whole team to fall. And to be able to have like true success and actually be able to run through this thing smoothly,
Right.
you have to deal with those things quickly. So like honestly, if something happens, it's dealt with within a day or so.
That's incredible.
Or with even a few hours because it needs to be out to actually function.
Right, for sure. That's great.
Oh no, P.
So you guys are making tons of content, right? You guys are do all you guys do TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, like everything?
Everything.
That's
Yes.
so great.
You forgot Pinterest.
Yeah.
Oh, Pinterest.
Yo,
Tumblr?
I'm
Pinterest.
popping on Pinterest.
Oh,
right now.
bet.
You're a
Pop up.
Pinterest
Yeah.
bully, bro.
I
He
got
made like 20
No, you
bucks.
don't.
I got 500,000 monthly viewers.
Less.
No,
You
you
promise.
don't,
Yeah.
bro. Are you actually being serious?
Dude, that's actually a thing. Like
No, it is.
Pinterest
you
bullies.
No, that's
serious?
definitely a thing. Oh, Pinterest? That's definitely a
People be-
thing.
Yeah.
Dang, that's impressive.
Don't be
So
sleeping
that's
on
really a
Pinterest,
thing.
y'all.
Hey.
What?
Look
I
at
never knew
Yeah.
I
No,
lived
I'm
with.
not
This
trying to
is
have you
crazy.
brag, but
Am I on your Pinterest?
that's crazy, bro.
Get on Pinterest, boys.
So obviously you guys are like filming content all the time. Like we came to set up today and you guys were like shooting videos and stuff. What's like one of the craziest things you guys have ever done for like a video?
You go first. You go
I've
first.
been here.
You've been here. Do it again.
Okay.
Do it
So
again.
this is a different question. Early on, we used to do crazy things, especially with like video editing. So there was this one time Noah ordered this huge water balloon, massive water balloon, and in like water, the weight distribution, it's so hard to carry.
Oh, dang.
And so lifting that thing up onto, because we went to the second story at the other house.
Okay.
And the video concept was to like drop the water balloon on somebody, but like video edit before like edit the person out so it actually hits the ground, but it doesn't hit anybody, but it looks like it's about to fall on them. So,
Gotcha.
but anyway, the whole process of getting that, it took probably 3 hours just to get the balloon filled up and put up there.
Oh my god.
And then to finally drop it, and you only have one shot.
Yeah,
And we messed it up. But we made it work.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts.
But we've done a lot of
Yeah, I
stuff.
feel like, I mean, even just going into your garage, like there's like hamster balls out there. Like,
It's such random crap.
bro,
I haven't used
a
that yet.
flamethrower? There's a flamethrower?
Hey, it's
out
not
there?
a flamethrower.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I don't know what's this.
It's actually labeled not a flamethrower.
No way.
Seriously,
No, that's what it's called. Yeah.
You can't like sell it or something?
I mean, I
Legally?
think it makes it like
Oh no, it's whatever
almost
Elon
like a
Musk
toy.
had.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's about to cross that line of like a weapon.
Kind of.
We're about to get taken off of YouTube for saying weapon right there.
Oh
but-
gosh.
I think I'd
Demonetized.
honestly say like the craziest thing, and this might not even make sense, but is literally the perspective you just have to train yourself to have to film content. Like when you go out in public, you literally have to retrain your mind to
Right.
not give a crap what people think, like to
Right.
look super stupid,
true.
like not care. I remember when we first started doing these videos. Oh my gosh, it's like when you first create your TikTok account, you put, I'm doing this as a joke, right?
Oh, of course.
And nobody's really doing it as a
Right,
joke.
no,
You know, everyone low-key wants to like blow up.
nobody
No
was
one's talking
taking it
about.
serious back then.
But like it's as a joke until you blow up or whatever.
Right.
And so you kind of put out your first video, but then you start taking it seriously and it's like, oh my gosh, the people from my school that are watching are gonna
Yeah.
die. Like this is so awkward. But the more you get into it, the more you literally just think that, like, in a way, everyone else is just a part of your movie. And it's not really real life.
Yeah.
It's not real life.
You know what I'm talking about,
It's
though.
a really weird
So, like,
feeling.
walking into, like, grocery stores and just, like, putting up your phone and doing random, crazy things. Like,
there is no more insecurity. Like,
No,
No.
you're just
I'm sure.
zero.
no.
the whole world is your set,
That's
whatever it may be.
crazy.
Like, embarrassment is just a part of who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you just
At
embody
that
it
point, you
now.
just embrace it. You just feel it.
That's so interesting, man.
Yeah.
It is so crazy.
Getting there is hard though. Like getting to the part, the point, because like you start doing your first videos in public, you're like looking around, you're making sure, like the wave of traffic of people.
It's so real. Oh my God. I remember the first time I picked up a camera, like to hold it up to vlog.
Yeah.
I started sweating. My heart started
Yeah.
pounding. You feel like the world is watching you.
Right.
And you just,
Yeah.
you're sitting here, you're just like, why is this so hard right now? Like, I can't think.
Messing up every word, everything.
everything.
Yeah.
You get kicked out of places because people hate being, like, put on camera.
True.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to get used to. I used to cry.
I got
used
kicked out
to
of
cry.
I got kicked out of a New York
Literal
mall.
tears.
Little tears. Because when I get yelled at, I can't help it.
She doesn't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. I just cry. So I used to cry like all the time. Now I'm getting better.
We filmed this one bit in the gym, right? And some
No.
guy was like partially in the background and
Right.
he went and told like the manager or something like that.
No
The manager came and
way.
talked to us
Come
and they're like, you guys can't do this. Like, you gotta have to get out or like get the cameras out. And like a few minutes later, Allie's like sitting in the corner like with this stare on her face. I'm like, you good? She's like, mm-hmm. No, I'm fine.
That's crazy.
Leave me alone.
I can't believe people do that stuff, man.
Oh, it's
That's
nuts.
wild, bro.
It's
What a loser.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. All right. Elephant in the room. I think it's time.
Talk about it.
it's kind of rude. I've been working out.
Yeah. Bro, I've been working
He's
out.
not
bro.
like that anymore.
on,
guys.
guys.
Right. Come on, bro.
getting
8%
better.
body fat, bro.
Okay. So elephant in the room.
We started this question on the last
We
podcast.
started on the last podcast, and I'm gonna come at it from a different angle than your average podcaster would come at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I know for a fact from the evidence that AUSLIE is confirmed, but give me the evidence why it's not.
Dang.
Well, honestly, it's
what
definitely
evidence?
not confirmed.
It
That's coming
100%
from
is
AUSLIE.
confirmed.
What evidence?
That's coming from
We've
Elijah.
done specific.
Elijah said
Specific.
it.
We watched a lot of videos,
He
man.
knows what he's doing. He
We've
knows
seen
what
our
he's
fair
doing.
share.
There's definitely I haven't even seen the evidence, so please do share.
This
No,
is
so
good.
all right, give us the fake reasons why you guys aren't in a relationship.
crazy.
Give us the
He's
spiel.
going
No,
for it
chill.
right now. He's
No,
going
no.
for it.
You're wild.
He's really wild right now.
Crazy. Well,
Well.
nah, this has been something that is brought up, like, bro, live stream, everything,
Oh, yeah.
everything.
That's all the comments.
It's
So
definitely
you
Telling
watch.
us.
Yeah.
He watches. He watches.
definitely
So you're
my
watching.
Honestly.
But what I would definitely say is because I've kind of gotten to the point like from so many different people asking. It's like, okay, Allie is an amazing girl.
Right.
You're amazing. She's awesome.
Okay.
If God
True.
if God had something in store for that, I'd be like, you know what, luckiest man ever, right? But until God says like whatever, that's where that's at.
Okay.
Good answer. Good answer.
Allie?
Good answer.
Plus, it's like you're on social media so much. It's hard to like remove people's opinions from
Yeah.
what really is going on. So just like taking
True.
your time, figuring things out, and not getting people invested in something that's not 100% like, okay, this is something God's having us step into in this way. It's just something we're really careful about because we love the people that follow us so much. You know?
Sure.
Yeah. Is it weird having people like ship y'all and then it's like you didn't really decide for that to be a thing?
You have to have a strong self-awareness about who you are in Christ.
100%.
And like, because this is what happens is when you get into all of this, thousands of people are going to tell you one thing.
Right.
And usually people cave to peer pressure.
Right.
And from the very beginning with all of us, we've decided, like, it's the same thing with Christianity, right? You have to go into this thing saying, all right, regardless of what happens, I'm going to keep my morals. I'm going to stand my ground. So when you walk into something like this with that mentality,
Right.
you're already going to have a firm foundation of, all right, no, I know where I'm at. Regardless of what you say it is,
Right.
Right.
I know where I'm at and we know
Right.
where it is. But
Right.
everybody's going to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, I
It
think it's
honestly
really
is.
fun.
That's so.
I try to ship my best friend Carol with like every guy that we see.
Right.
I come up with a code name. I tell everyone on my vlog, I'm like, look, it's Tiki Bear. Let's go.
Right. She
Bear.
literally,
That
after
one
we were
time.
all done with the podcast,
What?
this last one we shot with Carol, Literally, she was like, I have one more thing to say. I'm single, guys. That's how we ended the podcast.
She's amazing.
Okay, so speaking of that,
Yeah,
Malik,
talk
you're,
about it,
you're
talk
not
about
off the hook, my boy. You're a little bit.
What?
You're a little bit more off the hook. I did my research.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a little bit more off the hook, but break it down. What's happening between you and Carol?
Yeah, so we're going. Yeah, so
This is actually interesting.
What camera? This is the camera.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep this short and simple.
Okay.
That's my best friend.
Sure.
We do live together.
I strongly disagree. I am her best friend.
Nothing's.
You know, there's no evidence to prove
Absolutely
this.
not.
There's nothing happening.
Cap.
Zero.
Cap.
Nothing.
Colby thinks differently, man.
Zero.
He's laughing over here.
No, this is my friend. I agree with him.
Okay.
Thank
all
you.
right.
Thank you. So,
These guys
Austin?
are robots, man.
Dude, you have nobody on your side right now.
Colby's on my side. Colby's on my side.
I'm on your side too for what's best for you.
Oh, dang.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You know what it means.
You know what I mean.
No, but I want to hear what Allie has to say. There's nothing happening, right?
That's such cap.
Carol is not here. I cannot say anything.
Okay. That's behind your
I
back, okay?
cannot speak on this subject.
We all know.
Right. We all know.
That
We
Malik
all
is
know.
single.
Yeah, he is.
Nah,
He is
Very single.
Malik's in the clear because he doesn't play into it as much. Y'all do. It's crazy, bro. You would think. You
Gotta
would
give
think.
him the runaround.
Right. You have
I
to,
feel
bro.
it.
Keep people guessing, bro. That's
Give
good.
who the runaround?
You guys were kind of talking about like, you know, having thousands of people kind of weigh in on your life or maybe what they perceive about your life. Do you guys ever like find yourself kind of getting lost in like who you are because of what you do being so public, like, and people always having something to say about you or the things you're doing or the decisions you're making? You ever find yourself in like a place where you're like, holy cow, like believing so many different things, like who am I actually? Like, is that pretty easy to like slip into, or is that something you guys deal with?
I'd say 100%. Like, if you do not wake up every single day and renew your mind about why you're doing things, like who God says that you are, his unique calling for your life, why you even started wherever he's called you, you are going to lose yourself into the opinions of what other people think. Like, social media is so hard because it's such a platform God can use for good, but also a platform that the enemy can use to like distort our minds. And so when we're going into it not refreshed, knowing exactly who we are and what God says, people's opinions are just gonna they just take over.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what to post. You're gonna get hated on, like, and then you're gonna, oh my gosh, I hate when people hate me, so let me just change who I am so that they don't hate me anymore. And then you just become the same as everyone else. You lose that salt, you know?
Yep. Yeah. That's crazy.
Dang.
Malik?
That's deep.
Yeah, she kind of hit on the head. I'm like, if you really don't know who you are, then people are going to tell you who you are, and that's not what you want for yourself. It goes back to being strongly rooted in knowing who you are. And the biggest thing is identity.
Right.
Like, I know before I started this, I'm like, I'm committed. I know who I am. Yep. I know why I'm called to do this. It's fun. You know, social media is fun, and it's kind of for people to get to know the fun side of you. But there's more to us than just like, these are some goofy TikToks that we're doing. Right. But this is like, we want to save people and show people the fruits that we bear. Like, we're not the type of people to just shove Christianity in people's faces, but it's like, you're going to know me by the positivity. You're going to know me by what I say. You're going to know me by my actions. And I think that's really key, because if you don't, like Allie said, wake up every single day, renew your mind, and know why you're doing what you're doing, then you're just allowing the enemy to run in and just distort everything.
Right. Yeah, that's so good, man. I think it's so important, like the voices that you allow in your life, and like, you know, no matter what you're doing, like knowing who you are in Christ, like what he says about you, and being able to step in spaces confidently as yourself. I think that's one of the things that's so cool about what you guys have going on here, is like, you guys are all so uniquely gifted, like such a unique, you know, personality about you. But then like when you guys all come together under this like immersed house, like you guys are so effective, like for the gospel, which is clearly your heart. Like, it's very obvious just from spending time with you guys a little bit yesterday and obviously right now, which is so cool. And I love that. And I think it's such a positive thing that like we need out there, like especially like in the social media space, where we're talking a bit on the last one, like there's student, you know, this is for middle school and high schoolers, really, like Elevation Youth, and kids are consuming so much content now, like, and so much of it is literal garbage. And like, obviously, like what you ingest, like, comes out of you at a certain point too. And I think it's so cool that you guys like have a foothold in this world where there's so much darkness. You guys are such a beacon of light too, which is super dope.
And knowing your community too, though, like if it was not for the people that I was surrounded with, I probably most likely would not be where I am. Because when you do lose yourself and you're going through seasons of even like anxiety, depression, like having all these thoughts in your mind that aren't even of you, like they're not who you are, but they're taking you over in that season. Like if, without the community that I have to like be like, Allie, that's not who you are. This is who God says that you are. Let me pull you up. Let me take you with me. Let me help you in your calling. Without that, like you're pretty much, you're in trouble. You know? So like knowing that you become like who you hang around and then surrounding yourself with people that you want to be like, that you like admire is so important. You know?
Yeah. I feel like I asked this question on the last pod, but I'm just asking it again because I want to know everyone's different perspective. But in a world where everyone's trying to get influence, how do we as Christians get it in a different way? Or at least what's y'all's experience with that?
Austin's a great person to ask that question too.
Rip it, bro.
Armstrong?
How do you get it in a different way? I feel like if you're trying to get influence the right way, it would be for 1,000% connecting with God first, because if it's in like dedicating all that you do to Him, because He's not going to just give it to you just because. That would be pointless. You can gain it by yourself, and it could do well for a while, but there won't be any substance behind it. And it would definitely be the dedication. Because I remember from the very beginning of like anything happening on any of my accounts, I would pray and I'd be like, God, like, thank you so much for giving me this influence. I'm going to steward it well. So he won't, like, he gives you what you need and what you're able to handle. And you've got to prove, like, it's like a parent. If I prove to my dad that I'm able to handle this, like, BB gun or this, like, bicycle or whatever, maybe I'm responsible with it, he'll be like, all right, I can trust you with this. So you have to be in the place where, all right, I'm following God, I'm doing what He says, I'm honoring this, and like God will bless it. Like I was just reading in Abraham, like, dude, Abraham's blessing went on for so many freaking generations. And like I'm like, God, how can I get this? And one of the key things that was said was, I blessed Abraham because he listened and did everything that I said. Like He gave him, and it even said, I gave Abraham fame because he did what I said. And it's just, again, the constant renewing, the dedicating it, and making sure you're on the right track for just listening to Him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really
so good.
I think it's important that Austin said it, but just to reiterate it, that it cannot be like about you. Like I feel like everything we're doing, we've made in our mind that this is for people. This is for God's kingdom. This is what we're building. We've been doing this like 14 minutes a day, prayer every day. And it's so cool because me and Austin talked about this as we were going to the gym. Well, you could tell it better than me because it was like how it came about. Like we both prayed. So we both prayed this specific prayer on, I think it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday night. Monday. It was on a Monday. We both prayed this prayer. Can't remember. We both prayed this prayer, right?
Important.
And like in two different locations, obviously, not together. That's weird.
Yeah,
but
Praying together.
Praying together. Super weird.
A little weird. No, but it was this prayer that, God, you hold everything in your hands. So why couldn't it not be us? Like, will you bless our content? Will you give us favor to be able to impact, this platform? And it was kind of that prayer. And on the next day, we both found out that we prayed this. And it's so crazy. We found like this hidden gem in our bathroom. We found this spot where it was like, it's weird. It's so weird that this happened right after we like prayed this prayer. And it was like this perfect spot. It was like new, like we've never seen anything like this before. And we just was like, yes, this is our like spot where we're going to do dances. And it was just like, it felt like a huge blessing. And it was just like, I don't know. You can explain it better. It just like blew my mind.
No, but we prayed that same prayer the same night. We didn't realize it. The next day, we were like, you know what? We should really record videos in our bathroom because we haven't tried it yet. Because we like just got it painted and stuff.
Yeah.
We were planning on doing it. And then I walk in like 20 minutes later, and then Malik is in there like looking around, trying to find a spot to put the tripod. And I literally walk in, I'm like, well, what if we just put it right here? And so I turn it around, and Malik's facing the complete other direction.
Right.
I'm facing another direction, and we look into the phone. We're in the exact spots that we needed to be for this framing.
Wow.
And then almost every video that we've posted in that angle and that thing was doing really, really well.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then we found out the day after that we both prayed the same prayer that God would give us a fresh new idea, a fresh new anointing on the things that we were doing.
Wow.
And he totally gave that to pass.
Dude, that's crazy. Those videos are fire too.
Oh, you've seen them. They're
I
trippy.
still
They're
don't
so trippy.
understand. I gotta see how you guys do
it's
it.
so
'cause
trippy.
That's crazy, bro.
I would say too, like this is really quick, but I would say too, I've learned that influence is different than follower count. Like completely different. And if I had any advice like to people that like were trying to like grow their influence, it would be focus more on your influence as of like impact. Like if you can impact people, like do you have value enough in someone's life that when you speak, they listen? Because there's so many people that view influence as numbers, but you can have 1 million followers, but if you're not really caring about people, if you're not really living a life set apart, like standing for something, nobody's gonna listen to you when you say, like when you say go, when you say, you know, this is God, this is what he's done for me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's completely different.
Totally.
100%.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, I gotta say something. I'm getting my Bible.
Do it. Do your thing. While he's getting his Bible, you guys find yourself in like a lot of different spaces, like getting invited to Playlist Live or like different, like influencer events or things. And I know you guys talk about like really being in the world but not of the world, right? Like the Bible says. Do you guys find it hard to keep your convictions in the spaces that you guys are in?
No. Because I think like when you have the Holy Spirit, you can't hide those convictions.
Right.
You feel it. Like when you walk in a room, even if it looks like everything is okay, like you know, like in the depths of who you are. But it also goes down to intentionality, because I do believe that we can like numb those convictions over time. Like I'm gonna continue to go into this place even though I don't feel good about it. I'm gonna continue to do this, continue to be disobedient. Like I think you can numb it. But if you're constantly like, even with playlists this last week, it was so fun.
Yeah.
And it's not your Christian event. Like you really don't see a lot of like Christians there, you know, and there are rooms that you walk in that you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be in here. You know, I'm going to remove myself from this.
Right.
But when you make it a point to like be in the world but not of the world, and that looks like keeping Jesus on your mind, knowing like I've been talking to my friends a lot about how it says in the Bible, we're the fragrance of God, and how cool that is, because a fragrance fills the room. Like you can smell their fragrance in this house. Like they have this house stacked with like some good smell. But when we walk into a room, and it smells so good. When we walk into a room, whether it's playlist, whether it's school, whether it's your job, your friend group, when you walk in, you hold that authority of Christ. You hold that Holy Spirit. You don't have to say anything for that fragrance to just fill the whole place.
Right.
And I think that's so cool. Like when you know that, like it just, you don't want to hide those convictions because you feel so empowered.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so good.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Yeah. Were you about to say something too before?
No, I was just thinking about like we didn't, like when we went to Playlist, there was just a time, and we know like we don't drink like everyone else is drinking. It's like we knew that in us.
Right.
You know, we're not gonna do this. And then also like I just remember a time we were at Playlist Live, and it's like all your like TikTokers that you watch every single day, and it's like I feel like we were like the only ones that went out there and made a scene on the dance floor. Like we showed out and was like, bro, this is how you do life, and this is how you have fun as a group. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
What would you say to kids? This is a more specific question, but what would you say to kids who a lot of their friends are drinking and they feel convicted not to drink? How do you stay away from that when the people around you are doing it?
Yeah, I think it just goes back to being, I guess, like strong-minded.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's okay if like you're around people who drink, as long as it doesn't like rub off on you and now you're conforming to the world and now you're the one drinking. But being strong and who you know you are and who you're supposed to be, you know, I guess it's just staying focused in that point.
Love it.
Yeah, that's good. What did you
Rip this Bible verse.
Yeah,
bro.
this
Let's
is
see
the
it.
first person to bring out a Bible on the podcast.
Let's
Let's
go.
go, baby.
We need
Let's
to do this
go.
more
Hopefully
often.
not the
right?
last. So actually, God gave this to me a few days ago, and I thought it was like for 1,000% like right now with everything that we're going through. And it kind of goes along the lines of like when you guys were asking about the whole fame thing and the follower thing. And so this is in Acts 5, right? And it was when the apostles went out and they preached the gospel, and the Pharisees or whatever, they came and took them. They were like, okay, guys, do not preach the gospel, right? We're telling you, we're gonna throw you in jail for a little bit. An angel lets them out that night, and that morning they go back and preach the gospel, right? And then again, they go get them, bring them into the court, and they're like, guys, we literally told you. So now we're gonna kill you, basically, right?
Dang.
And just brutal right off the bat. And then one of the guys was a expert in religious law, right? And he goes, hey, let me talk to my homies real quick. I'm gonna send you apostles outside, and let me talk to them real quick. And this blew my mind. I was screaming. I was on live stream when I read this, right? I was literally screaming on live stream. He says, men of Israel, take care what you were planning to do with these men. Some time ago, there was a fellow, Thaddeus, who pretended to be somebody great, right? He pretended to be somebody great. About 400 others joined him, but he was killed, and all of his followers went their various ways. The whole movement came to absolutely nothing because he pretended to be something great, right? After him, at the time of census, there was Judas of Galilee. He got people to follow him, but he was killed too, and all of his followers were scattered.
Dang.
Now listen to this. This is crazy. So my advice is, and this is him talking to the Pharisees, my advice is leave these men alone. Let them go. If they are planning on doing these things merely on their own, it will soon be overthrown. But if it is from God, you will not be able to overthrow them.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
You may even find yourself fighting against God. Think of that. Bro,
That's so good, Austin.
It's really
the
good.
conclusion was, don't even try, it's gonna fail anyway, or don't even try, you ain't gonna be able to stop them
Right.
anyway.
Dang,
Yeah.
bro. That's
But the
crazy.
only one that prevailed was the people who were dedicated to God, and they didn't even want to try because they
Right.
would be fighting against God.
Totally.
And that is why you have to dedicate everything you do to Him, make sure it's in Him, because it will not fail if you do it right.
That's crazy, bro.
Dude, that is
Bars.
nuts, bro.
It's really
That's
good.
Bars.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's 6 if you need to dip.
I texted
right now.
them. I'm
Okay.
good.
Oh,
Okay,
fire.
Incredible.
Let's keep ripping it then.
Let's
okay.
do it.
Let's stay in this vein. How did you guys know what God's calling for your life was? And what would you say to kids who, I feel like envy is not the right word, but look up to y'all, look up to people on TikTok that have a lot of followers, but maybe that's not their calling?
Did you say stay in the vein?
That's what we gathered from it. Stay in the vein.
I hear the question, but I've never heard that.
You never heard that phrase?
I've heard that before.
Like
Yeah.
the vein of
In
what
the
we're talking
vein.
about? Like,
Yeah, it's like
Jesus type
Nah,
thing?
I'm never.
I've never
I got
heard
you.
that
I've never
either.
heard it.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never heard it?
I've heard that.
No.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
right?
yeah.
Who made that
I had
up?
to pop
Which
it
one
up.
of y'all
Who
made that up?
Bro, that's just a common thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Stay in
that's-
the
You guys
vein.
can you guys
Say
can take
that.
it. You
I'm
guys can use it,
25.
bro.
That means I'm not hip anymore.
No, it's
not a new thing. That's like a
thing.
No,
that's
that's
like
like
a
back in the day.
proper thing. Yeah.
Anyway, so stay in the vein
Stay in the vein.
of
Do it. Should I say the question?
yeah.
again?
Ask the question again.
All right. Oh gosh, where'd it go? Oh my gosh. All right, I'll just go off the dome. How did you guys know what your calling was, and what would you say to kids who want to have a lot of followers, want to have, the TikTok, the Instagram, but maybe that's not their calling from God?
I would say I kind of struggled with my calling for a long time, and I think that that's okay, especially if we're talking to you said middle high schoolers, right? I know for me, I used to be so irritated because all my friends knew what they wanted to do when they were getting out of high school. I want to be a nurse, and I want to be a flight attendant, whatever the crap it was. I was so irritated because I had no idea. I was like, God, I have this heart for you. Honestly, I would just love you for the rest of my life, and that's all I want to do. I don't want to work. I just want to love you forever. I'd be so irritated because I just didn't know. I didn't have that clarity from God. I'd pray about it. It didn't seem like he was answering. I decided to take a gap year, which is like, oh my gosh, you're taking a gap year? Like, you don't have a plan for your life. Like, you are going to just be a deadbeat. It's like what everyone makes you feel like, honestly.
Right.
So I was super embarrassed, would like go around, oh yeah, I'm taking a gap year, but it's only because I'm traveling. It's only because.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
gotta throw the traveling.
Only because
in
I'm
there.
traveling. That's it.
It's such a real thing.
It is. And so during that year, I just like dedicated it to God. I was like, God, you got to follow through this year. Like, you got to tell me right now while I'm traveling, like, what am I going to do? Like, I want to do ministry. Realistically, how am I going to make money doing ministry? How am I going to make a living off of that? You get filled with like all these doubts in your mind. God, what the heck? Like, your plan isn't working with the timeline of my timeline or the world's timeline or my friend's timeline. And it was in that surrender to him, okay, I'm just gonna give you this year, knock on doors. I did a ton of internships in a ton of different places, literally bawled my eyes out every single place I went. I was like, I hate this, God, I just want to do ministry, what the heck?
Right.
And God called me into just like going the school route. I started doing school for marketing, didn't even know why, and ended up stopping that because he's like, I want you to go to Brazil. And I wanted to be a missionary in Brazil. That's literally what I wanted to do.
No way.
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
And that's where y'all met?
Yeah, and that's where we met.
That's how we met.
Crazy.
In Brazil. And then quarantine happened. I came back. The country was like shut down, as everybody knows.
Right.
I was planning on going back to Brazil that year. And like, I wanted to stay there. But God had a different plan. I hated social media. I'm gonna be honest.
No way.
I was one of those that was like, I hate this. I don't want this on my phone. Like, I want to live in the moment type of people.
Oh my God.
I don't want to compare myself, all this stuff. And God told me, I was so upset. I was like, God, my calling's just been stolen from me. I finally found my place. You finally gave me a direction. Maybe you guys feel like that if you're listening. Maybe you feel like you were struggling. God kind of gave you a direction and then he shut the door in your face and you're like, what am I going to do? God told me, he's like, Allie, I want you to step exactly into what you never wanted to step into and just see what I can do. And I fought him. And I fought him hard on it. And I finally stepped into it. And it honestly was never a path I would have chose for myself. But it has been the most fulfilling path of my life. And it could look different tomorrow. God could call me into something different tomorrow. And my whole point with all of this is the path that God has for your life and the calling that God has for your life will never, or most of the time will never, look like what you plan for yourself. And it can change every single day. So just be obedient every single day. Don't take on all the pressure of, I have to know, I have to know, I have to know. Because when you wake up, when you're like, God, what are you calling me to today? Give me a direction. He will lead you where he wants to lead you, you know?
Yeah, that's so
So
good.
far.
Yeah, anybody else want to tackle that one?
That was really
I know.
good.
How do you
Covered
Yeah.
mostly all
How
of
do you
it.
follow that one?
I
up,
know
bro?
you don't.
That's crazy. So, Malik, we wanted to ask you. It seems like a lot of your content maybe recently has been about like singleness, which is funny because we just asked you about Carol. Like, what advice? It seems like you're definitely like not ashamed. Like you're really like secure in this like singleness season. Like, what advice would you have for people who are maybe still embarrassed about like being single, or like, I know you were writing this question down, like maybe not had their first kiss yet, or like they feel like they're behind. Like,
Don't do me like that, bro.
in
I've had my first kiss.
no. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just saying.
Or have I?
Yeah, what would you say to like people who are in a singleness season who maybe feel embarrassed or like insecure about it?
Yeah, I would say embrace it fully. I think that's so fun. I feel like that's what makes you different and unique in your own way. Like, you know, in high school and in college, I used to kind of think it was embarrassing to be like, oh no, I've never had sex before. Cause that's how like people make you feel.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you've never done this? Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
But it's like, there's such a purity, you know, that comes with not being able to say you've done those things. Not only a purity, but like an anointing that you carry. Cause it's like, you know, you've saved yourself for such a special moment for a special someone, which I think is so like cool. You know, I love it because I think it makes me different. I used to make these like dear future wife videos that I used to like say, dear future wife, this is what it is. I kind of stopped them, but I don't know why, but it was like super sentimental, and like I can't wait to do this with you. Maybe I should bring it back, but it's just
Dude,
like
bring
it's
it
just
back,
like
bro.
it's just like that. It's just like that. Where I think it's like so pure and so authentic. Where it's like,
Right.
you know, this is who I am. I haven't done those things yet, but I can't wait to be able to experience that with that special
Right.
someone.
Yeah,
All right.
that's great.
Okay, so hard topic switch.
Go for it.
Do you guys? Well, it's not too hard of a topic switch, but do you guys ever find it hard to balance making the content that you want to make versus the content that's going to get views? Is that ever
Great
like
question.
something that you guys struggle with?
Yeah.
I feel like you've just been like, been laughing.
Take it, bro.
all the
Take it.
time, all the time. Well, there's a difference because there's like, it's like you want to make things that people like, but how do I say this? I enjoy the videos I make. I enjoy, and I think you just put out a bunch of them, and I think what's kind of happened is not everybody's gonna like every video, and like that just shouldn't be what defeats you, because I could say that all of us really enjoy the videos that we make, and I think the hardest part is finding content that doesn't curse, or finding trends and all that type of stuff that's just like what can we do, you know?
Right.
And because I think we've all kind of made the promise to ourselves that we don't want to do that. We want to be in the world, but not of it. You know,
Right.
We want to make content that kind of that does glorify God, but also sets us apart, right? And I think we've all gotten comments and just like through live streams on videos. It's like one of my favorite things is that we used to get all these letters. And you'd read these letters from moms, right? It's like, you guys are the only people that are on TikTok that I actually like my kids to listen to.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, thank you so much for being an outlet for
Yeah.
people for them to have this app, but also like have good news preached to them, something that I can actually trust them watching.
Right.
And so, those were super special to me. So I think the convictions that we kind of made at the beginning have it's made it a little bit more difficult for us, but I think it's reaped dividends in not only our lives, but just in the people's lives that watch our content, just because they can trust what they're getting.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
When you're talking about like the trends, it reminds me of the verse. It's like, you know, you meant it for evil, but he turned it for good, right? Like some of those things that you're trying to come up with, like a new way to like do that trend in like a different light that like obviously it wasn't meant for, but like you can turn it into something beautiful, which is so cool. Like I love that so much.
100%. I feel like we go through a daily conversation of, man, if we could just do this or say this, it would do so well.
Yeah,
Dude, we talk about
funniest
that
trends you
all the
can do.
time, bro.
You know?
It would be so easy if I could
Right.
curse and just do this video. But I feel like in this, since we started it, we became like natural troubleshooters. To where, I mean, you guys know, like you find content and you gotta, like, you start filtering it. You're like, all right, well, I automatically gotta bleep this word. Like Malik made them. You'll find different sounds. You just run with it.
Did one today.
Like he literally just did
it's
one
like,
today.
it like had a curse word and you just bleep it out.
You take
just-
it,
Yeah.
cultivate it a little bit, put a little bit of Jesus in it, and
Right.
then put it back out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or be like Austin and just make a trend.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Trendsetter,
Yeah.
baby. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really dope.
What's like a trend that you guys have wanted to do that you decided not to?
Almost every dance video.
Oh,
Yeah.
out
For
there.
sure.
You know that trend that's going viral right now? It's like, these boys be tripping.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
like that. I think that is so funny. It gets me every time, man.
The whole thing would be muted if we tried
sure.
it. But like,
Yeah.
Whole thing. And black, like completely blacked out.
Oh my gosh.
That is so
yeah, it's definitely all the dance ones. It's crazy.
Yeah, you got to change the dances up a little bit for sure.
yeah,
Change
dude.
some of the moves.
Make your own, man.
Yeah.
In the mirror, bro.
The moves,
The
the,
mirror.
words, everything.
I still want to see how you guys do that. After
It's
this.
so wild.
You won't even understand
I'm
it if you
still
watch.
tripping.
I can't
I don't even
comprehend
know how
it.
it works.
Yeah, it's
It's
so
true.
wild.
It's a God thing, bro.
It really is.
That's
Oh my
so
gosh.
cool.
Okay, be honest. Have you guys ever faked a video, like a prank or something?
Yes.
Heck yes.
For sure.
Of course.
Can you
Like a
expose one on
majority
here?
in the beginning.
Expose one.
Easy.
My whole YouTube page.
Every video.
Stop, bro.
Every single video I've put out.
Dude, he was like, bro, don't ask that, bro. Like, they're not gonna want to say it if they do. I was like, dude, I'm sure they'll be chill.
No, that's hilarious.
Whoa.
Did you guys just harmonize on the
You want to go do karate in the garage?
I'm trying to think of
Guys, the hat trick is fake, bro. They do it in post.
I mean,
Same post, yeah.
okay, I can't think of anything off like the top of my head, but I have definitely like made videos where I roll down my window and I pretend to talk to somebody or pretend to be listening to somebody.
Nobody's there.
There's nobody there.
Oh my god.
Guys,
So-
I have one too.
All right,
I
let's hear
remember,
it.
so like when we first started TikTok, we did videos more for like relatable purposes because they were
Right.
just so relatable and so funny. And honestly, like we'd get comments of people like, "That's your sister. That's not a stranger." And like it honestly make us laugh because it would trigger people. Because
Right.
honestly, me and Noah look so much alike.
Yes.
And we would pretend to be strangers
can't
like
even
every
pretend.
single
Can't
video.
even pretend.
No, we couldn't pretend. And so there's this one video. You guys will find it if you look it up because
Yeah.
it blew up and it was Noah in his car and I like stood on the outside of it.
Oh.
Do you guys remember this, right?
I remember
I
this
stood
one,
on the outside of it and like put my phone up and pretended to be a random girl filming a TikTok. And Noah was like, "Oh my gosh, guys, there's this random girl filming a TikTok on my car." And he honked me and I like got all scared or whatever. And it just went viral because
No
half the people
way.
thought it was real. Half the people were triggered because they knew it
Right.
was fake.
Everybody in the comments, that's clearly his sister.
Yeah, clearly his sister. Her name
clearly
is
his
Allie
sister.
Schnacky and he tagged her.
Right. And you have
But-
to say it in that.
Random girl that we just saw.
Yeah. I was like, "You better give me that tag, though,
Right.
boy. I'll be a
Yeah.
stranger. You better tag me."
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
What's the most annoying comment that you guys get that you just roll your eyes every time you see
First,
First, everybody
Oh
comments
my.
first.
when you post a video and somebody posts first on the video, like the first comment.
But then there's like 20 people that post first.
They're
It's
just such
like,
haters.
Yeah.
They're
How
just
can you
so
all be
cute. They're
friends?
so excited.
That's your
She's
least
like, that's my favorite
That's my
comment.
favorite. It's so cute.
it took a while for me to get over it, but there was a good season where that was the only thing I saw in my videos. And
Dang.
it was one of those things that I was like, oh man, wait, I gotta relax. They're just
Right.
happy that they're here.
Hey man,
I
they-
feel
yeah,
like
they're
it's
just
like-
happy to be there, bro. They're just
When
happy to
that's-
be in the comments,
No.
man.
When that's the only thing you see, you're like, dang it, I didn't give him anything to comment about. Now they're just saying whatever.
The other day, I was actually on Facebook. I thought this was so
You were on
funny.
Facebook.
I was
That's
on Facebook.
crazy. First of all,
Yeah,
that's a
Facebook.
wild
Yeah, no,
statement.
I know.
They might not know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the right crowd for this.
on
Parents
MySpace.
are on it for
But
sure.
we just started like posting on there, right?
Right.
I remember I was scrolling through. This is my worst comment we always get. Somebody commented. It was this guy named like Joe or something random.
Joe.
He's like,
Mama?
"Do you even have a real job?"
Oh
I hate that.
my gosh,
I hate
bro.
that comment. We
If you're
always
posting
get it.
on
Love that
Facebook, you're gonna
comment.
get a lot of that. I feel like.
My answer is like, no.
But Facebook, like, it figures out who's the most active on your page, and then it gives them titles. So it literally was Joe, and he commented, "Do you even have a real job?" And at the top of it had a star next to it, and it said "Top Fan." And
No
all caps.
way.
And I was like, "This is so
It's actually
funny."
hilarious.
It really is your
That's
biggest
great.
haters that like
It's the
keep
big-
up.
yeah,
the most.
that's
For sure.
right.
They watch everything.
Yeah, no
Joe.
bad press, right?
We
That's
gotta love
that's the,
Joe.
yeah, what's your least favorite comment, man?
Oh, so there's accounts that'll try to get you to click on them, and they're definitely not good accounts to go to.
Spam comments.
yeah.
They're like religiously on my page.
No
like, every
way.
video. Do you think I'm pretty? And then it's like,
No way.
We
And
get
so-
those all the time. The spam bots.
So,
Yeah, it's the spam bots.
so
Yeah.
I've
clicked them all.
No, I figured out all of the phrases.
I always
and
like to
I've
make
just
sure.
banned the specific words.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Freaking
know
bots,
bots,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
me
can
too.
do that
Yeah.
Because it was
in
annoying.
TikTok. You can do that.
And then they would get like 50 likes, and you're like, God, what are y'all doing?
Right, y'all are down bad.
They're making it go higher. I'm like, gosh.
Dang,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
crazy, bro.
You
So
got it.
those are my least favorite.
Let me tell him the
Dang,
truth.
yeah.
His least favorite comment is, "Are you Allie Schnacky's brother?" Are you Allie Schnacky's
Never gotten that
I'm
one.
just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Are you Matt Cooper's friend?
Right.
I get that one all
Shout
the
out
time
Matt,
too.
baby.
Bro, Matt is that guy.
Shout out to Matt. Good
That's
luck on your
the best.
midterms today.
Yeah, good luck
baby.
on your exams, bro.
yeah,
He's
he's
taking an
amazing.
exam right now, man.
love him.
That's crazy. That's good stuff.
Dang. Do you guys like the AUSLIE comments or no? Are they getting old?
Bringing that back.
I think they're
Here we go.
They can't die.
Yeah, here we go. Back into
Can't
robot
die.
mode.
I
The
definitely
AUSLIE
think they're
comments. They're great. No.
I mean, if anything ever did happen, it would be like, dang, there's been a long road to this.
Right.
But yeah, I like them. I think they're fun.
No, far. Keep it coming, guys. Turn it
pins
up a
them.
notch. In fact.
Yeah, in fact,
I pin all of those comments, by the way.
I pin all of them.
Let's
That's
go.
crazy.
Every single one.
Well, you feel good?
Yeah.
What do you guys have kind of like coming up next? Anything crazy coming out? Anything you guys are doing? Any trips? Any?
We can all say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Jaywalkers.
Jaywalkers.
I knew it, bro. Even I knew it. You said Christmas.
Like, he kind of threw me off. I was like, Jay
That's good though. Bro, are you one of the guys who like plays Christmas music like way too early?
That's me.
That's our whole family.
the
What are you
whole
talking
family.
about?
That's everybody.
Allie and I do this thing where
Like it hasn't even been Halloween yet, but y'all already like
Oh,
bumping
yeah.
like
we're
Yeah.
about to,
jingle
Oh, yeah.
bells.
we're about to put up our
decorate.
tree.
No.
Yes, sir.
We have our tree in the garage.
Dude, once every 3 weeks, I'll do a Christmas night on my live stream, and I'll play all the good Christmas songs.
Yeah, are you
No
a Christmas hater
way.
or?
I'm not a Christmas hater. I just think there's seasons for things.
Whoa,
you know
For
what
sure.
I'm saying?
whoa, whoa.
For sure.
Guys,
Yeah.
You gotta
I think
feel
we
me,
need to
right?
start
Whoa,
this
Malik, I didn't know this about you.
No. I mean, like, okay, wait. This
Here's the
is
first fight with me and Malik.
No,
going
this
down.
is the real
Right
question,
now,
though.
live.
This is the real question. This is the real question.
Okay.
Do you play Christmas music before Thanksgiving?
100.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Michael Bublé's Christmas
So
album
you're
yesterday.
you're finding something out about Malik.
Name one Thanksgiving song.
It's just a holiday. It's just like I have to hit the season. I have
Right.
to eat the food. Next day, Christmas.
Okay, but there's no
Game time.
Thanksgiving songs.
I know, but it's like I
Exactly.
just have to hit
gotta
the holiday.
substitute.
You don't have to miss Thanksgiving to love
There's a
Christmas.
Thanksgiving song.
Bro, on every
Charlie
girl's
Brown
chart,
stuff.
you just dropped
Charlie
like
Brown
3
song.
points.
Oh yeah, let's
never.
go hard, bro.
Exactly. The Charlie Brown soundtrack goes hard.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm the same way, bro. I can't play it until like day after Thanksgiving. Let's get it.
Yes,
Black
exactly.
Friday, bro. Let's absolutely start.
Exactly.
Decorate the tree, lights, everything. Before that, though, can't do it.
To
Bro.
be honest, like mid-year, if I'm ever feeling really down, I'll pop on like, it's beginning to look a lot like
Yeah.
Christmas
Oh,
by
yeah.
Michael Bublé. Bro,
Classic.
it'll make me
Right.
We
feel
pretend
so
like
good.
it's Polar Express all the time. Go get
Dude,
hot chocolate.
crank that AC up. Go get hot chocolate and play Michael Bublé. It's a
Right.
wonderful, like it's.
Yeah.
Oh
It'll
my
put you
gosh.
right there in the straight nostalgia. of
100%.
Christmas.
I don't know
yeah,
what y'all, I just can't celebrate Jesus' birthday early enough.
Right. Right. That's a great answer.
It's not about the
You know
songs.
what? You convicted me, man.
I know.
Our Lord and
Right?
Savior.
Here for it.
Malik,
Change
bro,
the ways.
we're tripping, bro.
I know.
Yeah, you guys have Jaywalkers coming up, which is
Oh, we're
fire.
so
Yeah.
excited.
October 20th.
Yeah,
We
October 20th.
want to come down.
We're pulling
You're
up.
going to
October
You guys
20th.
have to come down.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta pull
We'll be
up.
there.
It's going to be so
It's gonna
much
be
fun.
awesome.
You guys
We'll be
know
there.
where you're doing it yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah.
disclosed location?
No, it's Calvary Orlando.
Okay, great. That's where y'all go, right?
Yeah.
Calvary, Orlando.
And I have. So
like-
what were you gonna say?
No, I thought you were saying, oh, that's where we're doing it. Like you just found out, right?
No way.
I was like,
No way.
Joking.
No, I have a women's ministry, like a girls' ministry too.
This
So
is
we
cool.
have
Legit,
an
yeah.
event on December 9th coming up. So I'm excited for that too.
oh, that's
What's it
what
called?
Yeah, what is that?
Chosen and free.
Dope. And what does that kind of look like? Like your event?
So I started it during quarantine.
Okay.
It's basically like in short terms, being chosen means to be selected as the best option. And so it's basically about like uncovering like your identity and unlocking God's unique purpose for your life.
Dang.
And combating like all that comparison, all those things that girls deal with, and really just connecting them together
Yeah.
as a body to like walk out in God's purpose. But what that kind of looks like is we actually had our first night ever meeting in person on August 5th, like
Oh,
here
dang.
in Florida. It was
Not too long ago.
crazy.
It was so sick.
No, it was so unreal. God blew our mind, just brought girls from even other countries
What
here
the
together
heck?
in
Yeah, it was
Florida.
crazy.
No
It was
way.
absolutely incredible. He just spoke, and it was just a night of fellowship, community, dessert, fun times.
Yeah.
And so we're doing it again this December, and we're gonna do it like Christmas themed.
Let's go.
If you're okay with
no,
that.
That's in the proper timing. We're in
He's-
December.
It's in December.
He's a
You're
scrub.
good.
Yeah.
We're
You're
good.
in
It's
the
after
clear.
Thanksgiving.
But it's really awesome because it's been an online community for so long on Instagram, podcasts.
Yeah.
So now that we're getting to meet in person, there's just something so special and different when
Right.
like the body of Christ, especially like just girls or just guys, like gets together for that time. So we're really excited.
That's
I
so
wasn't
good.
invited. She actually kicked me out.
Unbelievable,
She made me
dude.
set up.
No,
and then
you guys
kicked
set
me out.
up.
Right.
And kicked me out.
You guys set up.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, he
was
stayed
there.
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's single.
Malik had no most-
Best place to meet.
That's true.
Well, I
That's
mean,
true.
well, you know,
I know, right?
I think that's
No,
good.
he's staying because he's,
He's
like a master
single.
on keys.
There's nothing
stole
going
a bunch
on
of
with
cookies.
Carol.
So what?
I stole a bunch of the cookies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The boys are
You
just
set
too
up,
distracting. They're just too distracting.
for sure.
I was there for worship.
Yeah.
Worship purposes only.
Yeah. All right, worship. All right.
No one in this
Worship.
house is single, guys. I'm calling
Come
it,
on,
bro.
come on.
Not a thing.
Austin, got anything crazy coming up? Jaywalkers.
Dude, we're all part of the same mission right now. So it's Jaywalkers. That's the next big
Fire.
thing coming up. Yeah.
Fire.
That's
Love
so
it.
good, man. Well, thank you guys so much for taking some
How about
time.
y'all? Y'all got something big coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't
Dude,
talk about it
a
yet.
podcast.
They just poured out our gut seal.
Is this coming out after September 28th? Yeah, it will. Yeah, no, that is. Yeah.
Wait,
no,
what's September 28th?
September
I don't
20.
even know what you're talking about.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm
Oh,
talking
September
about?
28th.
So we do this thing called Youth X every year,
Okay.
which is our summer camp, 3-day summer camp.
Fun.
And we always have done it in 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, it's about to be 4 days. Sorry,
program.
4 days,
Let's get
3
it.
nights. And we've always done it in North Carolina for the most part. And this year, we are announcing, as you guys hopefully already know, that Youth X 23 is going to be here in Orlando.
Yeah.
At the Marriott World Center. So same
No
place as
way.
be lit.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
That's
it's
gonna
gonna
be.
yeah, you guys, well, we got to get you guys
Probably
involved.
gonna be there.
Hey, we get the invite.
Come on.
If you guys aren't there, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's right next door. That's like next door. We're good.
Hey,
Let's get it.
Florida's where it's at.
No, I know. I want to move back here so bad. Don't tell Pastor Tim, dude.
Hey,
He's like, don't tell
Tim, this
Stat.
is for you.
Right.
Fleshy.
Right. They got
fleshy.
him and Tim have an inside joke going. So he had
Tim's
to
gonna get
say
bonus
that.
points if I mention fleshy
Right,
on the podcast.
right. So here we are. You did it.
Love it.
Yeah, that's our big thing.
yeah, we're
about
gonna
to
have
announce.
3,000 kids pulling up. Hit the
That's
link,
horrible.
sign up in
Yeah.
the description.
It's gonna be crazy. Link in description.
No
We've never
cap,
said that,
dude.
bro. That's crazy.
Link in
Let's go.
description.
Thank you guys so much for hanging for real. Like it was so fun getting to know you
Yeah,
guys.
it's
You
it's
guys
an
are
honor
all-
being here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much
100%,
for
y'all.
having us.
for
It's
sure. And
honestly
this-
an honor being on here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. Thank y'all
You're
for
too kind.
coming out.
Bro, for
kind.
real. It will not be the last time we do something together for
Oh,
sure.
no.
And you guys are great hosts.
Oh,
For sure.
bro,
For sure.
stop
Solid
that.
We made
tried.
this fun.
You guys carried
It was
it.
a
bro.
great
You guys
job.
carried it.
Oh my
That's good
gosh.
stuff. That's it. That's a wrap.
Y'all feel good?
So good.
Fire.
Let's get it.
Yeah.